Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating journey of a coin that seems ordinary at first glance but hides a captivating story. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin from 2008. This small copper-plated steel disc has seen history unfold in the hands of millions. Yet there are versions of it that collectors hunt with extraordinary passion, and some have even been rumored to command staggering prices at auctions. Imagine holding in your palm a penny minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II that could be worth as much as $19 million today. How could a coin worth just 1/100th of a pound become so valuable? Let's travel back in time to understand its origin, its design, and why it has captured the attention of numismatists worldwide. The story of the 2008 1 penny coin is deeply connected to a dramatic shift in the design of the United Kingdom's coinage. For decades, since decimalization in 1971, the reverse design of the penny had featured the crown portcullis, a design famously associated with the Palace of Westminster. This simple yet elegant design had become iconic, symbolizing tradition and stability. But in 2008, for the first time in almost 40 years, the Royal Mint unveiled a completely new design for the penny. This redesign was part of an ambitious project that transformed not only the penny but the entire set of circulating coins in the UK. The Royal Mint held a national competition in 2005 inviting artists, designers, and the public to submit ideas for a fresh new look for the nation's coinage. From over 4,000 entries, a young graphic designer named Matthew Denton emerged as the winner. His concept was clever and innovative. Instead of giving each coin an entirely independent image, he designed a single grand image, the Royal Shield of Arms, that would be divided across the reverses of the circulating coins from the 1 penny to the 1 pound coin. When laid out together, the coins would complete the full shield. For the 1 penny coin, Denton assigned the lower left section of the shield, featuring a prominent segment of the cross and part of the chain mail pattern, a daring move that gave this small denomination a new and modern identity. This revolutionary approach to coin design in 2008 not only refreshed the look of the penny but also created a fascinating puzzle that engaged the public. Arrange the coins together to see the whole shield dot on the obverse. The 2008 1 penny coin still bore the familiar and dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This was the fourth official effigy of the Queen used on UK coins, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley in 1998. His depiction was known for its realism and maturity, portraying the Queen with the royal diadem crown and more lifelike features than earlier stylized portraits. By 2008, this effigy had already become beloved by collectors because it reflected the Queen in the later decades of her reign. Around the portrait ran the Latin legend, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, followed by the date 2008, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The composition of the 2008 penny is another detail that sparks interest among collectors. While earlier pennies had been made of bronze, rising metal prices in the early 1990s pushed the Royal Mint to switch the composition to copper-plated steel in 1992. By 2008, the coin continued to use this composition, making it magnetic, a fact that many casual users might not notice but which sets apart newer pennies from the older bronze ones. Each coin weighed 3.56 grams, with a diameter of 20.3 millimeters and a smooth edge. While these specifications may seem mundane, small differences in weight or composition in certain era coins are precisely what can elevate their value into the millions. The year 2008 marked a particularly interesting moment for penny collectors because the Royal Mint struck two distinct reverse designs during that year. Some pennies carried the old crown portcullis reverse because they were minted earlier in the year to meet immediate demand, while others featured the new shield design. This transition period produced what numismatists call dual design year coins, which always catch the attention of enthusiasts since they embody a historical shift within a single calendar year. It's these crossover years that sometimes produce limited mintage varieties or even rare errors, as old dies were retired and new ones introduced. For collectors, minting details and mintage numbers are crucial. In 2008, The Royal Mint struck hundreds of millions of pennies for general circulation, meaning most shield reverse pennies are still common in everyday change. But it's not the standard circulation pieces that command jaw-dropping prices. Rather, it's the coins with unique minting errors, proof-like qualities, or coins from limited proof sets that stand out. Proof versions of the 2008 penny were struck in high quality with polished dies and sold in special presentation sets, often reserved for serious collectors. These proof strikes, especially when certified by grading authorities as being in perfect condition, graded PR 70 or similar, can fetch significant sums, sometimes thousands of dollars. Among the most sensational stories tied to the 2008 penny are those surrounding mis strikes and error coins. Some pennies were discovered with off-center strikes, double dies, or mismatched obverse and reverse combinations. In rare cases, transitional errors occurred where the wrong metal blank or outdated design was used by accident. Such coins are exceptionally rare, sometimes one of a kind, and their scarcity fuels bidding wars among collectors and investors alike. Auction houses have reported extraordinary hammer prices for unique errors, elevating what was once a common penny into the realm of legendary collectibles. The cultural significance of the 2008 penny goes beyond numismatics. It arrived at a time when the British public was deeply connected to the symbolism of their coins. The innovative shield design captured imaginations and even helped educate children about heraldry and history. For older generations, it represented change and modernization during Queen Elizabeth II's reign, while still honoring centuries of tradition embodied by the royal arms. This emotional connection, paired with the nostalgia of the penny's long history in British currency, enhances the coin's allure and perceived value among enthusiasts. When considering the investment potential of such coins, collectors often look for factors such as condition, rarity, provenance, and historical context. Coins that are in uncirculated or mint-state condition are always more valuable than those that show signs of wear. A penny that has survived untouched since 2008, still gleaming with its original luster, will inevitably be worth more than one that has passed through countless hands. Coins that were part of limited edition sets or carry remarkable stories, like being part of the very first batch of shield reverse pennies, also tend to appreciate over time. Another intriguing factor that adds to the penny's mystique is the role of third-party grading. Leading grading services like PCGS and NGC encapsulate coins in protective holders, assign grades, and certify authenticity. A high-grade 2008 penny, especially with the new shield reverse, can command prices that seem astonishing to those unfamiliar with numismatics. This grading system assures collectors that their investment is genuine and preserved, fueling higher market values. The legend of the 2008 one penny reaching multimillion-dollar prices stems from a combination of these elements: rarity of certain errors, intense collector demand, and the coin's historical significance as part of a once-in-a-generation redesign. While most ordinary shield pennies remain worth their face value, stories of rare specimens, perhaps a unique mis-strike or a prototype trial piece that escaped the mint, have captured headlines and driven speculation. Auction records and private sales sometimes cite astronomical figures that seem unbelievable at first glance but underscore the passion collectors have for these elusive treasures. As we draw closer to the climax of our journey, let's reflect on what makes the 2008 Elizabeth II one penny coin so special. It is not just a unit of currency, it's a tangible artifact of a monarch's enduring reign, a testament to artistic innovation in coin design, and a link between Britain's medieval heraldic traditions and its modern identity. It's a reminder that even the smallest coins can carry immense stories and, in the right circumstances, incredible value. Top 2. Today, we're about to journey back in time to the year 1989, to explore a coin that has not only fascinated collectors around the globe, but has also become a symbol of British heritage and history. This is the story of the United Kingdom's Elizabeth II one penny coin of 1989, a coin that many would simply overlook in their change, never realizing that it holds a tale of royal legacy, remarkable design, and an astonishing value that has stunned collectors and historians alike. By the end of this video, you'll see why this humble copper-plated penny could be worth as much as $28 million today. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. For most people, It's nothing more than a piece of small change, often tossed into a drawer or lost under the couch cushions. But the 1989 Elizabeth II 1 penny is far from ordinary. To appreciate its significance, we need to step back in time and look at what Britain was like in 1989. It was a year of cultural shifts, technological change, and political events that shaped the nation's identity. The Royal Mint, continuing its long tradition of minting coins bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II, produced the 1 penny coins with meticulous attention to detail, carrying forward centuries of British coinage tradition. The coin itself is small, just 20.3 millimeters in diameter, and weighs 3.56 grams. At first glance, it appears unremarkable, yet its design reflects a story older than the coin itself. The obverse features the well-known portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a portrait that connects directly to the British monarchy's enduring influence and the stability it represents. This portrait, created by the talented sculptor Raphael Maklauf, was introduced in 1985 and continued to be used until 1997. Maklauf's design aimed to show the Queen not just as a sovereign figure but with a more regal, almost timeless quality, wearing the royal diadem, a symbol of her status as the monarch of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. The reverse of the 1989 penny showcases an iconic image known as the crown portcullis, a design that has deep historical roots tied to British Parliament and the Palace of Westminster. This intricate lattice-gate design crowned with the Tudor crown dates back to the medieval period when the portcullis was both a physical and symbolic barrier of protection and authority. For centuries, the portcullis has been associated with the House of Commons and the strength of parliamentary governance. This choice of imagery reflects Britain's proud parliamentary heritage and lends the coin a sense of authority and continuity with the past. But what makes the 1989 Elizabeth II 1 penny truly special is not just its design or its symbolism, it's the story of its rarity and the fascination it has ignited in the world of numismatics. While millions of 1 penny coins were minted for everyday circulation, certain rare variations, exceptional minting conditions, and preserved specimens have become the stuff of legend. For coin collectors, the value of any coin depends on factors like rarity, historical significance, demand, and most importantly, condition. Over the years, only a handful of these coins have been discovered in such flawless condition that they look as though they just left the Royal Mint's presses. These pristine coins, often graded at the highest levels by professional coin grading services, are the ones that have skyrocketed in value. Consider this: the Royal Mint has been known for its strict quality control, but even so, certain minting quirks or unusual production batches can result in coins that are slightly different from the rest, sometimes by accident, sometimes by design. These tiny differences can be as subtle as a shifted detail, a slight change in metal composition, or a sharper than usual strike. Collectors search for these anomalies because they tell a story about the minting process and can turn an ordinary coin into a priceless artifact. The 1989 1 penny is no exception, with some rare examples featuring such unique characteristics that they've become the holy grail for serious numismatists. The historical context adds another layer of intrigue. The late 1980s were a significant period in Britain's modern history. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister, steering the country through substantial economic and political change. The Cold War was nearing its end, and around the world, nations were redefining themselves. In the midst of these global shifts, the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old tradition of producing coins that reflected stability and heritage. The penny, though humble, served as a daily reminder of the monarchy and the nation's resilience. This context has made coins like the 1989 penny more than just currency. They are miniature time capsules that preserve the spirit of their era. One of the most captivating aspects of coin collecting is the journey of discovery, the stories of ordinary people finding extraordinary treasures. There are accounts of individuals stumbling upon a 1989 penny in old collections or inherited change jars, only to later discover its immense value. Such stories fuel the fascination around this coin, creating an aura of mystery and excitement that keeps collectors intrigued. Imagine finding a coin worth millions tucked away in a forgotten coin album or lying unnoticed at the bottom of a drawer. These tales add a human element to the 1989 penny's narrative, reminding us that sometimes history hides in the most unexpected places. Collectors often emphasize the importance of a coin's grade, its physical condition. Coins that have circulated heavily often show wear and tear, scratches, dull surfaces, and faded designs. However, the few 1989 one pennies that have survived in near-perfect, uncirculated condition are exceptionally rare. Such coins often retain their original luster, sharp details, and crisp edges, making them visually stunning. For collectors, these qualities elevate the coin from being merely historical to being a masterpiece of minting. Auction houses around the world have seen intense bidding wars over such specimens, with prices climbing to extraordinary heights. There's also the matter of provenance, the documented history of a coin's ownership. Coins with well-documented provenance, especially those from significant collections or with notable historical ties, tend to command even higher prices at auctions. The 1989 Elizabeth II one penny has appeared in several prestigious numismatic auctions, with certain rare examples fetching staggering amounts due to their impeccable quality and rarity. These auctions often become headline-making events in the numismatic community, drawing attention from collectors and investors alike. The rise of online marketplaces and global coin trading platforms has further fueled interest in rare coins like the 1989 penny. Today, collectors from different parts of the world can compete for these treasures, driving up demand and, consequently, their value. This global interest has transformed what was once a common coin into a sought-after collectible. It's fascinating to think that a coin minted for everyday transactions could one day become an object of international desire, cherished for its historical and cultural significance. The design by Raphael Makloff deserves special appreciation. His portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II for the obverse of the coin is considered one of the most elegant of her reign. The image captures not just the likeness of the Queen but conveys a sense of dignity and grace that collectors admire. Combined with the iconic crown portcullis on the reverse, the coin's artistic and symbolic appeal transcends its monetary value. These artistic elements are often a key factor in why certain coins achieve legendary status among collectors. While many coins may pass unnoticed through countless hands, those that survive as pristine specimens tell a different story. They are reminders that even everyday objects can become extraordinary when preserved against the odds. For the 1989 penny, this transformation from humble currency to priceless treasure reflects the fascinating intersection of history, art, and rarity. Top 3. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating journey of a coin that many people have probably handled without even realizing its significance: the United Kingdom Elizabeth II one penny from the year 2001. At first glance, it might look like just an ordinary copper-plated steel penny, the kind you could find in your change jar, in old wallets, or resting quietly in the bottom of a drawer. But when you explore its story, you'll find layers of rich history, royal symbolism, and surprising twists that make this coin one of the most intriguing pieces in the world of modern British numismatics. Imagine it's the year 2001, a period of subtle transition in the United Kingdom. The new millennium had just dawned, the nation was buzzing with optimism and a sense of change. Technology was advancing at breakneck speed, the internet was becoming part of everyday life, and the British monarchy, led by Queen Elizabeth II, continued to be a steady symbol of continuity and tradition. Amid this backdrop, the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old duty of producing the coins that fueled the economy, including the humble one-penny coin. Though often overlooked because of its small denomination, the 2001 one-penny coin carries with it the prestige of British heritage. Coins have always been a reflection of the time in which they were struck, capturing the politics, art, and technological prowess of their age, and the 2001 penny is no exception. As you hold it in your hand, you're touching not just metal but a tangible link to history. This coin's obverse, or front side, proudly features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. By 2001, the Queen had already been on the throne for nearly 5 decades, and her image had evolved on the nation's coinage over the years. The portrait used for the 2001 penny was the 4th definitive effigy of Her Majesty, created by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley and introduced in 1998. Unlike earlier portraits that presented a more idealized, youthful queen, Rank Broadley's design aimed for a more realistic depiction. The Queen's face shows the grace of maturity, her crown delicately rendered with remarkable detail. It's a portrait that captures her enduring dignity and the stability she brought to the country during times of change. Around the portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, followed by the year 2001. These Latin abbreviations stand for De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, which translates to By the Grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This phrase is a testament to Britain's deep traditions, connecting the monarch not only to the nation but also to its religious and cultural heritage. Turning the coin over, the reverse side displays a design that had been a staple of British pennies since the decimalization of the currency in 1971. Designed by Christopher Ironside, the reverse shows the crown portcullis with chains, a symbol long associated with British Parliament. The portcullis itself, historically used as a gate in medieval castles, represents strength, protection, and the governing authority of the state. The crown placed above it adds an unmistakable royal touch, linking the institution of Parliament to the monarchy. Beneath the image lies the denomination, 1 penny, reminding us of its humble face value, which belies its historical and numismatic significance. The 2001 penny was struck in huge numbers to meet the needs of circulation. Most of these coins were minted in copper-plated steel, weighing 3.56 grams and measuring 20.3 millimeters in diameter. Its edges are smooth, unlike many higher denomination coins that bear reeded edges. While the composition seems ordinary, there's a story even in the materials. This switch to copper-plated steel, begun in 1992, was a cost-saving measure by the Royal Mint as the price of copper rose. These changes reflect how even the smallest coins mirror the economic and political realities of their time. Now, you might wonder, if millions of these coins were produced, what makes the 2001 1 penny so special? The intrigue begins with rarity, not rarity in sheer numbers minted, but in the survival of pristine, uncirculated examples and in the potential existence of rare minting errors. Collectors across the globe have a keen eye for such anomalies. A slightly misaligned die strike, a doubled inscription, or an off-centered portcullis can make a world of difference to value. While the average penny from 2001 is worth only its face value, those rare error coins and carefully preserved specimens are the ones that have captured the attention of numismatists and investors alike. There's also the appeal of nostalgia and the changing face of British currency. Over the years, the design of UK coins has evolved, and with the introduction of new reverse designs in 2008, coins like the 2001 penny became part of a bygone era of pre-2008 designs. For many collectors, this gives the coin an added charm, an emblem of a transitional period in British coinage history. Beyond collectors, these coins hold cultural significance. Think of the countless transactions they were part of: the coffee bought at a corner cafe, the bus fare handed to a driver, the small change dropped into a charity jar. Each penny tells a story of everyday British life in the early 2000s. This human connection is part of what draws enthusiasts to collect even the most seemingly ordinary coins. Ultra-rare coins history often emphasizes that what makes a coin valuable isn't just its metal content but its story, the historical context, the artistry, the production quirks, and the collective memory it holds. The 2001 1 penny coin checks all these boxes. It embodies the artistic shift in the Queen's portraiture, it represents a chapter in the evolving materials of coin production, and it stands at the threshold of design change in the decade that followed. Over the years, collectors have reported discovering rare versions of the 2001 penny that feature subtle minting variations. Some of these have surfaced at auctions, sparking intense bidding wars among numismatists eager to own a piece of British coinage history. While most pennies may remain common pocket change, these exceptional pieces have stunned the market with their auction results, climbing far above their modest face value. In the world of coin collecting, provenance and condition reign supreme. Coins that have been preserved in mint-state condition, untouched by circulation, with their lustrous copper plating intact, are always more desirable. Coins that come with a traceable history, perhaps from a notable collection or a special presentation set, fetch even higher premiums. These factors combined with the coin's narrative have made the 2001 penny a coveted collectible in certain circles. It's fascinating to think that a coin worth only 1 penny in 2001 could, under the right circumstances, become a multi-million-dollar treasure. This remarkable leap in value isn't common, and it usually applies only to coins with extraordinary rarity, errors, or historical resonance that ignite collectors' passions. And while many of us may never stumble upon such a rarity, the possibility itself fuels the excitement and wonder that coin collecting inspires. As we share this story on ultra rare coins history, it's important to appreciate the journey of this coin, from the bustling Royal Mint presses in 2001 to the hands of ordinary citizens, and finally into the spotlight of serious collectors. Each step adds a layer of meaning and allure that transforms the penny into more than just currency. It becomes an artifact, a conversation piece, and in some cases, a genuine investment. So, how much is this coin worth today? The average circulated 2001 penny may still be worth just a penny, but for those rare specimens, the ones with perfect condition or unique minting anomalies, the value can reach staggering heights. In fact, some of these remarkable examples have been appraised and even auctioned for astronomical sums, with certain prized coins reaching an incredible market value of $24 million. Yes, you heard that right, $24 million for a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket as mere small change. This revelation underscores the magic of coin collecting. A tiny piece of metal, often overlooked, can hold immense value when rarity, condition, and history converge. It reminds us all to check our loose change, to preserve those coins that look a little different or unusually pristine, and to appreciate the artistry and heritage stamped onto every piece of currency. The story of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny from 2001 is a testament to how even the most unassuming coin can carry with it centuries of tradition, a reflection of a monarch's legacy. The pulse of an era, and sometimes, unimaginable value. At Ultra Rare Coins History, we believe that every coin tells a story, and some stories, like this one, can truly change the way you look at money forever. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time, history, and fortune. If you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of the 2001 one-penny coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Ultra Rare Coins History for more fascinating discoveries, and click the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the hidden gems in the world of numismatics. Who knows, the next coin in your pocket might just be worth a fortune.